Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It's the bottom line. That's right, here in Studio 02, brought to you by Chances Used Auto Parts in Tawnytown, Maryland. Wow, we got some results to cover tonight. Even got a special guest that's going to be in here tonight with us. He's going to talk a little bit about his weekend and how victorious he was. We're pretty excited about that, as I know he is. But yeah, welcome. I'm Tommy Cordell, Elbows Up Dirt Productions. Once again, this is the bottom line. We're going to give you a news rundown, and let me get back here. We'll get things fired up and cooking. Obviously, racing season is underway, and, there's not a ton of results per se, but there's some. They're starting to increase because we're starting to race more, and that's good. So first and foremost, once again, welcome. Pleasure to have you here. And we'll go ahead and get started with our East Coast Legends. That's right, our East Coast Legends weekly race roundup. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Brought to you by David H. Martin Excavating. That's right, 55 years in the business. Residential, commercial, agricultural, excavation, utility services. David H. Martin, the title sponsor there of the East Coast Legends. They practiced last week at Path Valley, and a fair amount of cars went out. The week before they got up to BAPS, they had a fair amount of cars there. They practiced. They got some test and tune in, per se, and worked the bugs out. And lo and behold, Saturday came, and it was Winchester time. That's right, Winchester, the action track in Winchester, Virginia. We've seen, I believe, 33 legends signed in for the day. Freddie, we good up top? Okay, Freddie says we're good, we're clean. That's right. Yeah, so weather was it was great weather to be out racing, no doubt about it. They had, like I said, a full field of cars. And at the end of the day, we seen Jeremy Ott. That's right, Jeremy Ott, a Freeze Motorsports house car. He was victorious. He was victorious there. And what a way to start out the year. That's right. Second place, Seth Kirshner. Third place, Steve Parton. Fourth was Lincoln Kirshner. There you go, Seth and Lincoln Kirshner. And they also have the Auto Parts Napa in their, I believe in Fairfield, correct, Fred? Yeah, Fairfield. And they also are sponsors of the series as well. And then we've seen Justin Wagaman round out your top five. Had a couple doozies there for crashes, and everybody was okay, walked away. And I'm sure everybody getting the respective race cars put back together as we speak. We seen Logan Jones. He's another Freeze Motorsports entry. He actually finished sixth on the day, so he had a solid run there. His car looked good from what I understand. We weren't there. We were at Port Royal. First we were at Path Valley for practice, and then we went up to the Speed Palace for opening day. But, yeah, Jonesy. That's right, Jonesy in the 5J. We seen Rookie. That's right, rookie contender, KJ Massey, Freeze Motorsports house car. She ended up nailing down a 16th for the day. That's right. She even did her twice. She went back there. She got a little loop-de-de-looped and brought her back up through the field and finished 16th. So I know that everyone on her end all the way around, including myself, is proud of her finish there for the weekend. Next show for the East Coast Legends will be Winchester again this Saturday. The hot laps are at 4 o'clock, and we'll talk a little bit about more what Winchester has going on as far as the other classes for the day. But, no, they have 38, I believe, races here scheduled, East Coast does, and they're just getting fired up and ready. And competition is always good with those folks. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, your East Coast Legends Weekly Race Roundup brought to you by David H. Martin and Excavating. Now we'll get to our race results by Dan's Auto Repair, located in the east side, downtown Rouserville. That's right, not the west side, the east side of Rouserville. You go down there and see Chad will fix you up major, minor tune-ups, overhauls, brakes, inspections, oil changes, you name it. Quality place to go. We thank them for being a sponsor once again here with us at Elbows Up Dirt Productions. So let's take a look at it here. Let me get a little drink here. Fred, we're still good. Everybody's good. That's what. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to Winchester. That's right, good old Winchester. Crate late models. Seen Kyle Hardy. Kyle Hardy's victorious in the crates. 2 in a row for him. That's right, 2 in a row on the crate docket. Devin Brannon ran second. Travis Campbell third. Davin Kaiser, he's going to yell at me for that. Davin Kaiser, he rolls out there in a fourth place finish. And Isaiah Guckenauer, he ended up rounding out your top 5. So Hardy was victorious again. From what I read, made pretty quick work. Never looked back in that feature from right off the get-go and parked it 2 in a row. Pure Stocks, B.J. Jenkins, Trent Holmes, and there's Sam Hoffman, third. He gets a podium finish for the day in the Pure Stocks. UMP Modifieds made their first appearance at Winchester for the season, and we've seen Cody Williams. At the end of the day, he stood on top, the number one spot, Vance Williams, and then Mikey Corbin. How about it? Mikey Corbin rounded out the podium there as a top three finisher. Good for Mikey. Always glad to see Mikey run well, and that familiar number 25, Ernie Dees. So, yeah, good deal, good deal. Let's move on to Port. Opening day was a Port Royal. Now, the week or 2 weeks, I don't know. Heck, it all runs together. Beforehand, they canceled. They had the Short Track Super Series Modifieds in town Friday and Saturday. Between being cold, wet, rainy, this bad, they ended up canceling that. So, opening day, it went to Saturday. We were there, obviously, and covered the race. Some of you tuned in. If you didn't, I hope you do next time. We've seen the super late models there on the card for the day and the 410 sprints. Mind you that the 410 sprints there is part of the PA Posse, series, PA Posse series, which is pretty robust to say the least. A lot of money on the line, a lot of racing. Super late models, at the end of the day, we've seen Trevor Feathers victorious. Satterley, the Truth, ran second. Dylan Yoder third. Hayes Mattern fourth. And Justin Weaver, how about it for Justin Weaver? Rolling in the 2J. He rounded out in the top five position. So, yeah, Feathers, Satterley, Yoder, Mattern, and Weaver. They had 18 cars on hand for the super late models. And we switch over to 410s. 410s, we've seen Danny Dietrich victorious for the day. Chase Dietz second. Matt Campbell was third. Lance DeWeese fourth. TJ Stutz is fifth. Stutz has been actually finishing pretty decent all the way from heat races to features. He got a few wobbles here and there, but for the most part, it's been running good. Now, we did have a little bit of a carnage, per se. We've seen our sprint cars, and, geez, Pete's. We had two of them there. We had knocked down the backboards there at Port Royal 1-1. And Westy, right? That was right. Westy was the last thing. Did I say that right? Anybody in the crowd help me out there? Westy. I'm getting the yeah. Okay. And then we've seen Stuart Smith's ride with Dylan Sisney. That's right, the mayor of Port Royal. He was obviously involved in an early lap flip, and both drivers were okay. Cars a little rough around the edges. We've seen the late models. Unfortunate chain of events there. Andrew Yoder, he looks like he got around the ring there, the loop-de-loop, and it collected, wreck behind him. Eckert took the brunt of it, unfortunately. Scrub, last year's champion, was also honored Saturday for that championship for 2025. He had some pretty significant damage there on his car. Stuhler picked up some damage. Stake was able to pull away from the crash. And continue on. Scott Flickinger, hate to see that for Scott. Scott's been around racing a long time. He's a heck of a sportsman in the on and off the track. He had damage there as well and brought his car pit side. So that's that. Feathers, Danny Dietrich. Okay, moving on. Path Valley had practice, as I said. Hagerstown practice as well. Potomac practice. Bedford practice. I believe Bedford practiced yesterday, meaning Sunday. We'll talk about what they have coming up here directly. So Williams Grove. Williams Grove ran yesterday, and that was their opener, per se. We've seen Lance DeWeese. How about it? Lance DeWeese in that number 8, that Eichelberger, low bar construction number 8 entry. LD Parks, that's the first win in that ride for him this year for Eichelberger in the number 8. And it's 117 wins. 117 wins for LD at Williams Grove. I got to be honest, that's pretty amazing. You know what I'm saying? 117 dubs. But, yeah, LD parked it. He was hooked up. Dylan Norris, strong finish for him for the day. That's a good deal there. And Justin Whittle rounded out the top 3. That's right. Justin Whittle rounded out the top 3. Now, we promised you, that's right, we promised you, we promoted about it, that we were going to have a guest on here tonight and talk to him and hear it right from the horse's mouth, as they say. And we're privileged to have this young man, 16-year-old rising sensation, and winner this past weekend at BAPS. And it's always, we've had him on the show before and haven't had him on here a while, and everything just matched up real good. So I said, let's give this guy a call, and we're glad we did. So Treyton Lee, come on down here. Treyton Lee, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, Treyton Lee. Okay. Now we're in the meat and potatoes of things. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So how you doing, young man?
Good. How you been, Tommy?
I'm doing good, my friend. I'm doing good. Fred, you got him up good? All good, Freddie? Okay, we're double checking. I'm sure it's good, but we always double check. You got to double check. Your light's on, right? That's right. It's like a race car. You know what I'm saying? If all the lights ain't on, you got a problem. You know what I mean? Sometimes even if the lights are on, you got a problem. You know? Yeah. Doing okay, Freddie? Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, so man, Baps, that was the first time out. Now we were talking here a little bit, and you said, "Man, might go practice at Hagerstown." You know what I mean? And then no, we put on the brakes, and we decided to head to York Haven, right? York Haven, Pennsylvania, for some limited late model action. Now we were there the week beforehand. Okay, it was cold, it was windy, it was raining. There was 27 signed in. We had 27 again, right?
Yeah, 27, 28,
okay.
something like that.
Okay. Check 1, 2, 3. You got me? Okay, that's right. We want you to jump for joy, man. You just put on that loud voice. I know you got it in. Now you're good. You're good. So, anyways, let's get back to it here. 27 signed in for the day. Obviously, there were some pretty stellar cars, good competition per se in the pits. Okay, and you walk in there, like I said, first time out. You haven't bug tested the machine yet. So your expectations were probably,
A little shakedown.
Yeah, right. A little shakedown. Well, you shook her down, right? Because you stood with David Hare at Victory Lane. You shook her down enough to do that, And I'll run down through here, and then we're gonna spend some time here to talk about it. Okay, for sure. We've seen you victorious. Okay, victorious there for the day, and that was number 1, correct?
Yep, number 1.
That was number 1. Freddie, you good? Okay, Freddie's good. Scotty Palmer, obviously in the 86. Scott likes to run up there.
Mm-hmm.
And another Green Castle in, right?
Yeah.
And Scott rounded out, finished second. Scott's luck the week beforehand was a little rough. You know what I mean? The old car she got beat up pretty good. Jackson Garman made his debut that day in the TRW race car, right? Okay. He ran third. Wayne Field. Did I say that right? I never say that guy's name right.
Oh, maybe. I'm not sure.
But just say yes. You said yes, we got it. That's right. Wayne Field. He rounded out 4. Number 5, what do they call him? The stroker, Travis Horan, right? Travis Horan. And that Bud Whitmer, familiar 5W up there, he finishes out in the top 5. Super Sportsman's Dillinger. He was on top. Scott Dillinger usually always wins up there. You know what I mean? He's pretty good in them wing Super Sportsman. Fantasy, he's pretty good too. Extreme Stocks. I seen like a primer color car with pink duct tape on it was Brian Walls, right? He was victorious in the Extreme Stocks. Evan Faust and Bob Stowe was third. So, man, I bet you didn't expect that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You know?
No, I just kind of went in, low expectations. I figured just make some laps, make sure nothing's going to fall off the car or anything, just trying to get used to being around cars again. And I got lucky in the redraw, ended up redrawing a 2 after running third in my heat, and things just went forward from there.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And, the expectation light was on, and after warm-ups, and probably that heat race, I'd be safe to say, the expectations light went off. Okay, it was time to race. She was bolted down. You knew she was solid. You know?
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Now in the picture there, obviously, I seen Uncle Dougie there. I seen your father and Andy. I seen your brother Kyle. He made the long tow.
Yep.
And it couldn't have been a better group there. And I'm sure you had a nice ride home. It was an enjoyable ride home.
Yeah, definitely. It was pretty nice. Everybody being there. My brother, it's good to have him there for my first win. I went to a lot of his races growing up, and I definitely look up to him. So I was glad he was there to see me win.
Yeah, I tell you, it was funny because I seen your brother Friday. Your race Saturday, I seen him Friday. I stopped up at the shop there, and he was knee-high deep, like engrossed in some massive diesel truck or something going on there. And we were talking, and he was saying where he was with things right now and where you were. And I asked what shop nights were. I want to get up to your place. Still want to get up to your place, and do a little stop and shop, whatever they like to call it there. And, lo and behold, boom, there we go. I'm reading about you, Saturday night after Port Royal. So congratulations on that, Treyton.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's got to be monumental for you, obviously. And, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run through the rest of this here, and then we're going to talk some more, okay? But ladies and gentlemen, Treyton Lee here, first-time feature winner in limited late model, 16-year-old rising sensation, went to BAPS. man, got the job done. What a way to start out the season, my friend. What a way to start out the season. Now we're going to get to Ashley Yoder's. Ashley Yoder's designs on Who's Hot. That's right. Ashley Yoder Design. Now, don't you go anywhere. You know what I mean? You just stay put. Ashley Yoder Designs. Who's Hot, ladies and gentlemen? Ashley Yoder doing quality designs, race car wraps, sign work, decals, you name it. Awesome work. We don't. And here's the thing: we're only going to give away late models and 410s for the week. We got to get a little bit more modified action in a little bit. We always separate them out: crates, limiteds, supers, okay, and then 410s, and then mods. But we don't have a lot of races in so far. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to do that.
Yeah.
So we grouped it this week just to late models. Okay, late models. So obviously, I have you on here as Who's Hot. You know what I'm saying? You were hot. You got to admit it. You were hot. You were on fire. You know. And then we got Hardy on there. You know, Hardy obviously takes 2 crates in a row at Winchester, and he won the limited late model the following week. Yep. So yeah, he's off to another probably 20, maybe 30 win season. You know. And 410s, we got to go with Lance DeWeese. I got to be honest. We got to go with LD. You know, he got better at BAPS 2 weeks ago. He come to Port Saturday, ran strong fourth, and then he went to Williams Grove and knocked down win number 117. So we're going to go with Lance. Can you imagine that, winning 117 races?
He's been racing for a long time.
Yeah, he has.
He's been doing it good for a long time.
Yeah, he has for sure. Okay. Now, upcoming. Here we go. Upcoming. We got Path Valley. They're going to practice again. April 4th, they got the Clay Breaker. That's right, the Clay Breaker up at Path Valley. And we'll talk more about that next week. Winchester, East Coast Legends. That's right. Freeze Motorsports, East Coast Legends, limited late models, crates. Port, we'll see super late models and 410s. Mind you, super late models, I believe there's only 5 or 6 shows at Port this year on the supers, okay? That's kind of really trimmed down, and it makes us sad. BAPS, Sunday they run. Sunday, 410s, 358 sprints. That's right, 410s, 358 sprints. Lincoln, you don't see nothing out of Lincoln to April 4th. They come back with 410s, 358 sprints. Hagerstown, they have a practice scheduled again. So Hagerstown's going to be doing practice again. Bedford will open up Sunday. That's right, 90th anniversary, the fabulous Bedford Fairgrounds Speedway, okay? You've ran a Bedford before.
Yeah, a couple times.
Okay, that's right. And they'll run on Sunday. They have the Short Track Super Series, okay, for modifieds. They'll be there Sunday. Super late models will be on the card as well. And, it looks like it starts at 5:30. So that'll be a pretty big show. The Short Track Super Series, they're a pretty good group to watch. Williams Grove, 410s, 358s. They go right to Friday nights. They ain't messing around, buddy. They're going to burn the wick. They're going to go to Friday nights. Potomac has practice. That's right. Now, don't forget about your SCDRA Northeast group. That's right. And the Keystone Clash at Lincoln Speedway, July 31st, August 1st, August 2nd. Two features. Each one will pay $20,000 each. Almost makes you want to go out and get an SCDRA card, don't it?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, right. I know.
I don't know. Front wheel drive's pretty hard.
Yeah, exactly. Front wheel drive. You're right about that. Now, two $20,000 paying out $20,000 features. Practice is like the 31st, August 1st, 2nd qualifying, whole 9 yards, running features. That's at Lincoln, at Pigeon Hills. Elbows Up Dirt Productions. We've been tapped to do the media and the announcing and the whole shebang on that. So we'll be in the house for that. There'll be a lot of cars. Them guys get around the racetrack, man. I'm going to tell you what. They get around the racetrack. There's no doubt about it. So, I didn't look. I believe they may be on the docket as well with Winchester this weekend, and that's shame on me for not checking that more efficiently. Okay, but so that'd be. I know it's a ways out, but obviously we're promoting that out, and that's a good deal. Off-track notes. Hunter Smith, little Hunter Smith. You know him? He ran a quarter midget. He's won a lot right there. Yeah, and then he runs a PO micro midgets in the 500 cc's. Now he lives down here in the east side of Rouserville, not the west side, the east side. Okay, and get this. I seen it the other night. I was tickled pink. You know what I mean? Because him and I got something like right now. Okay, not feature wins. He got them because Tom don't. You know what I'm saying? But he won the Science Fair project, the Franklin County Science Fair project. He did. And he did his experiment on tire stagger. What do you think of that? That's right, he did. He's victorious. Hunter Smith out of Rouserville, Pennsylvania, right down the road, east side Rouserville. Tire stagger experiment wins the Franklin County Science Fair. I'm flabbergasted. And he's also a member of our Mid-Atlantic Junior Racing Club, okay, that we have. And he runs, like I said, he runs in the 500 CCPA micro midgets. So he was doing 300 CC last year. He victorious in them. He's seen victory lane a couple times. So it's good to hear about that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I like to hear about that kind of stuff. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's your bottom line. And that's your news, results, upcoming, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And we're going to switch our attention back over here to this man here, Treyton Lee. Obviously, this is Kyle's brother, Kyle the General. Kyle Lee. Have you got a nickname yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. We got to work on that. You know what I mean? Now, remember, keep that microphone back there. You want the people to hear you.
Oh, yeah.
Because then they won't yell at you for not hearing you. They'll yell at me. They'll blame it on our equipment. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm teasing. No, they really will. But
it's not faulty equipment.
Thank you. I appreciate that disclosure. It's not faulty. Fred says we're good, so we're good. We're good. Yeah, we got to work on that nickname. You know what I'm saying? We got to work on a nickname. And I can't believe no one's ever given you a nickname.
I don't know. Just hasn't come about yet.
Uncle Dougie never gave you none? That's amazing. Dougie come up with something. Dougie should run for president. Yeah, he should. I could see Dougie as the chief commander of the United States. Yeah, I could see that. I
don't know.
But man, now let's step back here a little ways. We take you back in time, okay? And you've had your shares of victories at the quarter midget track as well. Yep. Okay. And you spent many years racing quarter midgets. Yep. You've raced, I'm sure, against Gunner. Okay.
Yep.
And such, and others. Did you race against Avery?
Yeah. Me and Avery raced down Hagerstown.
Okay, I gotcha. And then you graduated out of that, and from there, you went to crates, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so crate late models. And then all of a sudden, I see you rolling in someplace, and I was like, hey, guys in a limited, you know what I mean? We ain't messing around, you know what I'm saying? We ain't messing around. And you like the limited, though? You like around that?
Yeah, I like it more than the crate. You can get a little more active with the throttle pedal, I guess you could say.
Oh, yeah?
It's more responsive. You can kind of use it to help keep the car turned.
Yeah.
Crates are kind of hard because everybody's about the same speed.
Yeah.
It gets a little dangerous sometimes going into the corners.
Yeah,
You can drive in deeper.
Right, for sure. And man, and ultimately, I think you want to have a super late model engine underneath that thing, don't you?
Yeah,
that's the ultimate goal, isn't it? That's right.
He ran the super a couple times last year.
That's what I
after
thought.
I blew my limited up, but
yeah,
it's a steep learning curve from limiteds up to supers, and it's definitely helped running the super last year to now being back in the limited. It's definitely helped with racing stuff like throttle control, that kind of thing.
Did your brother try to tell you what to do?
Yeah, he helps me out a little bit. He usually lets me figure it out myself. Whenever he thinks I need help, he'll give me some tips.
Okay. Did your dad try to tell you what to do?
He usually sticks his car set up.
Okay. Does Dougie try to tell you what to do?
Yeah, sometimes. He'll give me his...
There you have it. There's the comment. There it is. If there's anybody going to tell you what to do, that's Dougie. Yeah, I love it. I love it right there. I got some pictures up here in the wall of Dougie. We'll have to look. I have to find them there. Some classic Dougie Timmons racing. There's been a few on Facebook here lately of racing pictures.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Racing pictures. But, good deal. So, man, this year, what's your schedule looking like? Tell me.
I don't know. We'll probably be pretty busy every weekend. Just try to race wherever races. Hagerstown, it's pretty close to our shop. Bedford, Baps, Port Royal, Path, obviously. It's pretty close.
You like it at Path Valley, huh?
Yeah, Path's fun. You got to get the elbows out a little bit. Elbows up.
That's right. Good. You
get the elbows up. It's close. It's like hand-to-hand combat. You can't really ever get away from anybody. So usually race is pretty good.
It is like that. You're right about that. It is like hand-to-hand combat at times. Yes. Yeah, that's a good. I like that. Hand-to-hand combat. We got a new slogan for something. Hand-to-hand combat will be done at the quarter mile bull ring. That's right. You got to be on the wheel. Yeah, and up there, I think it's about reaction too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you could eat a bologna sandwich running Bedford. You know what I mean? You go down to
you're in the straightaway for a while.
Yeah, it feels like forever, but up there, it's like it just makes you about half dizzy sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Got to keep the car turned.
Yeah, you're right. The key's free. The key's free. You know what I mean? And it didn't take me long to figure that out when I first started running up there. I used to avoid that place like the plague. You know what I'm saying? Randy Burkholder used to say, "You got to come up to Path Valley," and I'd be like, "I got to then buy 6 bodies," because I don't know about that.
Ripping right sides off.
100%. But then I went up there and I was like, well, this ain't so bad. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I'm better on the reaction part of things. You know what I mean? When I got time to sit there and think, About that, yeah. Things just. I ran Bedford, Hagerstown, Sealands Grove. You were at Sealands Grove last year, right?
Yeah, I enjoy Sealands Grove. Sealands Grove's fun. We'll probably race there a little bit this year.
Was you there last year in the limited or super?
Oh, we ran both. We ran the limited there at the beginning of the year, and then we ran the Twin 20 race.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I sat there, and I knew I was sitting with Saggy and I think Stuhler.
Yep.
In the stands, and the car came out, and they looked at me and they said, "Well, he made the trip up here." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I didn't know the general was running here tonight." And they said, Treyton Lee and the number. I was like, well, heck, that's Treyton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a good deal, bud. That's a good deal. That's a fast place, ain't it?
Oh, yeah. You get around that place pretty quick.
Especially
when it's wide open.
No, 100%, 100%. Now, what grade you in now?
11th.
11th grade, a junior. Okay,
Yep.
a junior. And you're taking up diesel mechanics, correct?
Yeah, I got a crew tech for diesel.
Gotcha. And you even I've seen you down at the brother's shop during the summertime.
Yeah, whenever I have spare time, I'll go work down at Kyle's. He teaches me a lot about truck engines, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's good. Teach about life, right? The whole
Yep.
way in general. That's a busy place up there.
Yeah, he keeps a tight program, but he's got a lot of cars to run through there.
Oh, I guarantee you.
A lot of junk, too. Them guys let their cars sit there for months at a time.
Yeah, right.
Don't come pick them up.
yeah, that's the way it goes, right?
Yeah.
Right. I got you. And you got your driver's license now?
Yep, I got it. End of last month.
Okay,
End
so
of February.
you're a licensed driver. You're
Yep.
out running the roads.
Yep.
Man, what a feeling that is. Life couldn't be any better, could it? I mean, you got your driver's license.
Yep.
You're winning a race, But what a way to start out the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Now, you say you started third Saturday. Did you start third?
No, I started second in the
Second.
feature. Yep.
So you were on the outside pole?
Yep.
Okay. On the inside was Haran, wasn't it? Or no, you were beside Haran. No, who was on the outside pole? Or the inside pole? Who was on the pole?
Blue 99. Thing.
Chad Smith.
Yep, that's who it was.
Just solid blue with a 99.
Yep.
I know exactly who you mean. Yeah, he's pretty decent up there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's 20-lap feature, right?
Yep.
Okay. Track was really heavy the week before, but I think here they probably had to get many of the sportsmen there, the wings, so they got things kind of blowed off a little bit for you.
Yeah, they had it blown off pretty quick. There after the heat race started to get pretty slick. It stayed good up till probably about the classic car features when it started to blow off there, but you could still kind of run around the top, kind of keep your speed up. It was pretty heavy in hot laps. You just get around there about as hard as you wanted to go.
You had a little mud to scrape.
Yep.
Yeah, I got you. And once again, they had 27 cars. Did he start all?
Yeah, they said they were going to have a B main, but they ended up scrapping that idea.
Okay, they scrapped it the week before. They said, well, that was decent right there. Started everybody. That was decent right there. Yeah, inverted 12, right?
Yep.
Not 24, 25.
No, they had 12, 4 at each.
Inverted 12, okay. That old inverted 12, it'll get you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
It'll get you, I guarantee,
It kind of sucked. You win the first heat and you reach in the bag and draw 12.
Yeah, 100%. All that work, right?
Yeah.
For what to do it for. And your heat race, you finished third?
Yes. They had me scored second, but I guess somebody's transponder wasn't receiving or whatever. I ended up third.
Okay, I got you. Now, have you ran a lot of BAPs?
Oh, I've practiced up there. That was my first time actually racing at BAPS, but I've practiced there probably 5 or 6 times.
Okay, so you go up on the Wednesdays or whatever they have them. Okay, yeah, they do a lot of them throughout the year. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that was actually the first place I ever ran a late model of a BAPS for one.
Oh, really? For right there. Okay, so what it couldn't be any more fitting, could it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I seen something on there on Facebook. Was it Dougie's birthday?
Yeah. Last Thursday? Wednesday, Thursday.
So a little belated happy birthday.
Happy birthday present.
Yeah, I'm sure he was tickled, extremely tickled. That's exactly right. And man, now the car, did it seem like it throughout that feature, or was anybody kind of showing themselves to you, or was you able to get going and stay going?
I don't know. I thought there for a while. I thought there was somebody here close in second, but I saw Dougie up there hanging over the fence like this. So I kind of figured I had a pretty good gap, so I just kind of kept doing my thing, running around the top, keeping my speed up. I got lucky and didn't end up catching lap traffic. The caution came out every time I got within about a straightaway lap traffic, so things went pretty well.
Man, that's awesome. Do you remember what was going through your mind when you white flag? And one more time.
Yeah, the white flag came out, and I was going into 3, and then caution came out right as I was about to come out at 4. So I thought something was going to happen down there in 1. I thought somebody was going to throw a haymaker. Yeah,
right. Somebody's going to, get the haymaker on you. Things get a little...
Definitely, with 1 to go cautions.
Yeah. Okay. Now, did Smith did he end up falling in the line behind you, or did they shuffle around a little bit?
Scott ended up Scott Palmer.
Well, Scott was second.
Yeah.
Right, Scott was second in
Yep.
the 80s. That's right. Scott was second. Well, yeah. I got the results right here. You think I know that? You know what I'm saying? You think I know that? Now I got to get my hand to work here. Yeah, Scott, then Jackson. Well, Jackson had a good run
Jackson
out of the box there, the young gun, and
he redrew like 7th or something. He came up,
and he won his heat. I seen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, and then Haran. Yeah, Haran's always strong up there too. Man, I'm going to tell you what. That's monumental, my friend. That like I said, that makes the rides home much nicer.
much more enjoyable.
Yeah, did you stop for a big meal?
No, actually, we went straight home, but they gave us that 3-foot sub.
Oh,
They
yeah,
get
that's
for one
right.
of
You
the
get that 3-foot
Yeah.
sub, don't you? Yeah.
They lit on top of my car, and I didn't know what it was. I turned around and said, "Hey, you get a sub, by the way, thanks to Rocket Pizza and Subs." I was like, "Oh, all right then."
Yeah, y'all fed on that then.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. So, man, now obviously you're working out of the same shop over there where your brother's at, where you're at, at Timmons's,
Yep.
right? Okay. And you've been at it this winter, getting things around, and
Yeah, we completely tore my car down last year at the last race, not the last race, but the race before the last race at Bedford. I was going into first lap of the heat race, and a guy in front of me spun out, and I ended up junking the car, tore the front clip off of it. So we took it up to Colby's, got it clipped, got all our shocks done. Colby did all our shocks. Got the car all put back together. Got it wrapped 2 days before we went up to race at BAPS. So that was kind of a last-minute decision.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we were hard at it over the winter, definitely.
yeah, it was like Colby. He clips a lot of them cars, doesn't he?
He gets a lot done up there.
You think? I don't even call him a super. I call him the clipper, like that. Because I'm gonna tell you, that guy right there, he's your phone call. I need a clip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, man. Well, that's decent then. Okay, so you guys worked at it, got things back together, put the wrap on the thing, and away you went. Mm-hmm. What's some of you got a lot of same sponsors coming back again this year?
Yeah, we had all our sponsors return. Bruce did our wrap, got it done.
All
for
about
us.
wraps?
Yeah, all about wraps. D&D Auto Recycling, my uncle, he's been at it forever. He's Kyle's #1 sponsor, my #1 sponsor. Yep. Sweeties Eats and Treats, Penny, right up by Hagerstown, right across the bridge. Truzy, our buddy Terry, he gives us a lot. Browning Fabrication and Polish, they do semi-truck wheels, semi-truck, anything need polished, take it up to them. I might be forgetting some, but yeah, that's about the meat and potatoes of it.
So I got to be honest. There's no secret. Your brother, he's going to be running some limited shows in the Bruce Kane, right? 15 car, and chances are you're going to have to do hand-to-hand combat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't come down to that, but if it has to, I'll stuff him in the fence.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you, I don't know what to say to
I'm
that.
just kidding.
Right, but that, right? They'll say anything when they're on here, you know what I mean? Like that. No, but no, chances are you guys are going to get to run together some.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, you know what I mean? And I'm sure, well, we've talked before when you were here, and Kyle was here, your dad was here, you were here, and I know you look up to your brother. You know?
Definitely.
And he's done a lot of great things from quarter midgets up, you know what I mean? You were bull riders, right?
Yep,
That's right.
all bull riders.
Yep, all bull riders and them quarter midgets. And, man, you go back to them days, which, obviously in forever and a day ago. It's not long, You're not like 40 years old sitting here, you know what I mean? And, man, you go back to them days, you're running quarter midgets, and is this what you wanted to do? This is where you wanted to go, right here. You wanted to go in these late models.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been around late models. I started to get into micros there at the end of quarter midgets just because that's what most of my friends went to. Yeah. But, first time I strapped into a late model, I knew it was what I wanted to do. So
that's a good choice. Yeah. I like that. That's a good choice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hoorah to anybody, whatever they race. We like to give them wing people a little rough time.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all out of good fun. You know what I mean? That's all out of good fun. But, yeah, that's great, And, geez, Pete, 16 years old, moving forward with things. You got your driver's license. You're doing good at school, right? You're doing good. You good?
Yeah, honor roll. I'm good.
Okay,
Your
good.
grades are good.
That's good. That's an important part of this project. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you're winning races. Now, where are we going next? We're
We're going to take this weekend off, and then next weekend will probably be at Bedford on Friday night.
That is right. You're all on the docket Friday night. Supers are there, too.
Yep.
And limiteds. That'll be good. Lots of times they don't combine those two like that. So, yeah, so Bedford would be.
Yep.
You like going up to Bedford?
Yeah, Bedford's pretty fun. Once it starts to blow off, it gets a little hairy because, I like to be in the gas. But
Yeah, right?
yeah, I like Bedford. It usually builds a pretty good cushion. You can run around there pretty hard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about it. Freddie, we doing okay up there? Yeah, Freddie says we're good. Yeah, good. So we got you fixed up. We just had to make sure we got it all going right there,
Mm-hmm.
Now, people you go to school with like that, and probably not many people race, obviously.
No, not really any other than Gunner.
Gunner, right? Yeah, Gunner. That's right. And so, yeah, your friends often, they follow any of this anytime?
Yeah, they're into it because of me. But there are some people that I go to school with that follow racing. There's people that like Kyle. Obviously, people wearing Kyle Lee hoodies up at school. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, pretty much they're just into it because of me. Most of my friends.
Okay, I got you. We tell them you're the new Kyle Lee. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be rackety. You can't be doing hand-to-hand combat and putting him in the fence. You know what I'm saying? Dad, don't be doing that. Don't be doing it. He employs you.
I'll still have to fix it.
You were right.
I'll have to help fix it.
Right. Now, Kyle, he'll be out here pretty soon, too, right? When I talked to him the other day, it sounded like things are, getting...
Starting to pick up, yeah.
Starting to pick up. He's a busy guy up there. There's a lot going on up there. That's pretty cool. He gets you the opportunity up there to work as well.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, is that where you want to go to work? Tell me.
Yeah, I work there, definitely. I'm pretty open.
Yeah,
pretty open. I just want to work on stuff.
Yeah, well, you got a little ways to go. Well, you got this year and next year. You know what I mean? You want to be a full-time race car driver.
I'd like that, but that's far-fetched.
Yeah, well,
it's hard to get there.
Well, you're right. But I tell you, my friend, it's doable. It ain't like it's impossible. It's doable. You know what I mean? That's the thing. It's doable. There's more resources out there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You get yourself out there. You keep doing what you did. You know what I mean? And running up front like that.
Yeah.
And man, what was your next best finish in limiteds? You ran any seconds, thirds? Or?
No, I don't think so.
No, top fives maybe.
Yeah, I think fifth.
Fifth, okay. So good. That's good deal. Good deal, man. And so Bedford, obviously, Path Valley. They got the shows on. They got the topless race up there too this year, Path Valley. And you go back to Baps again?
Yeah, probably.
Probably gonna go back to Baps again. Okay.
Yeah, I like Baps.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm trying to think where else you might. Ceilings Grove?
Yeah, we'll go to Ceilings Grove.
So you're going to be on the move.
Yeah, definitely. We're just going to race wherever races, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, just kind of go where you feel you want to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you feel you want to go. And now what for motors you're running this year?
We've got a Rhodes under the hood of my race car right now.
Okay, so you got the Rhodes underneath the hood on that thing. Okay, obviously a Rocket.
Yep.
Rocket chassis. What for shocks you on?
We run Integras, done by Superfly Performance. Quick little plug for Colby.
Okay, that's right. That's right. The Superfly, Colby Fry.
Yep.
Now, would you be okay giving the shock numbers to the viewing people right here? Now.
I don't know off the top of my head. I couldn't give them to you if I wanted to.
Right. Load numbers and everything, right? I'm sure
you'll have to ask
that.
Dougie for
They're
those.
all waiting, like with a pencil. Write that down. Write that down. Well, I tell you, buddy, I seen, like I said, I was at Port Saturday. We got done there, and I seen that you parked it there, and I was like, "Wow, be darned, that's great." That tickled me. It tickled a lot of people, And I thought, man, I got to get a hold of these people here and see if you're available. Like I said, we usually don't have anybody come on the news. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And usually have a regular slated show. But I thought, let's just mix her up a little bit. Get her while she's hot. You know what I mean? We'll get her while she's hot. So, man, what advice? Let me ask you something. There's a lot of people out there racing, young like yourself, younger.
Yeah.
Okay. You go to the quarter midget tracks starting here, I think, April 4th. Okay, and she'll be packed. Packed. When I go to announce there, I can't talk for a week. Okay, there's a lot of announcing going on there. There's a lot of cars.
Oh yeah, definitely. With 10 classes or whatever.
Oh, I know. That's crazy. So what's your best advice? What would you pass on to someone younger than you? Because you got to be honest here. I mean, you come out over there and like even like Gunner, you start to do. You do great things. You win a race, and you're running competitive, and people start to look up to you, the younger people. You don't think they do, but they do. You know what I mean? So what would you tell the young people out there?
Yeah, I mean, just don't get discouraged. You lose a couple races, whatever. Just come back, do better. When you move up, you're not running as good as you did in quarter midgets. It's a completely different animal, moving up into big cars from quarter midgets, the competition's a lot stiffer. Cars are a lot different. You got a steep learning curve from quarter midgets into big cars. So, yeah, just keep at it. Don't quit. Yeah.
Because it's going to be, and that's good. That's good. Because it's easy to get disgusted.
Yeah.
It's like a slump.
Yeah, definitely.
Racers get in slumps. And you know as well as I do, you've been around this, there's good times and then there's bad times. and it ebbs and flows. You know, if it was good all the time, everybody be doing it. You know, and some people on TV make it look good all the time, but quite frankly, there's a lot of downtime too. And I think that sometimes downtime it's out of our control. You do everything you can. You do everything right to the car. You have the best attitude, and the results still may not be what you want. Okay? Yeah. You see that with guys who run NASCAR, you know what I mean? All the time. You see that with guys out in the series as Lucas and World of Outlaws. But I think at that point in time, it's so easy to be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And falter. But, somebody always told me with anything, truthfully with anything you do, that yesterday's done. It's history. No offense, but your win, it's history.
Already happened.
It's behind. Yep. You know what I mean? We'll celebrate it. The hell won't have it. You know what I mean? Seriously. But you've moved on to the next stop, and then you move to the next stop, and the next stop, and the next stop. And, there's a lot to be said for that. Well, I got to tell you what, Treyton Lee, once again, I can't say congratulations enough.
Yeah, thank you. Definitely.
And I sure do appreciate you guys taking the time to come down here. And did you drive, or did you make your dad drive?
No, my dad drove.
Well, that's right. You want to be chauffeured. That's exactly right. You know what I'm saying? You deserve a month worth of chauffeuring. That's right. No, I appreciate you coming down here, Treyton Lee. And 16 years old, ladies and gentlemen. First feature win, the limited late models. He did it at Baps in style this past Saturday with a full head of field. 27 entries there, stout competitors. And it's a pleasure to have you on, Treyton. And I wish you nothing but the best for you, your family, and your brother. Can't forget your brother.
Yeah, thanks, Tommy.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure that we'll obviously be running into you, at the tracks when we're out and about, and we'll spend some time and talk some more, And, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate you tuning in. Once again, I'm Tommy Cordell, Elbows Up Dirt Productions. This is the bottom line. And this weekend, if you're wondering where we're going to be heading to, okay, we're going to be up at Path Valley a little bit for the other practice. And then we're going to be heading down to Winchester. That's right. We're going to be heading down to Winchester Saturday. And last week we got to run a mud truck at Path Valley. You know what I'm saying?
That bring you back to your old days running the race car?
Yeah, it did. She was a front wheeler, buddy. I'm going to tell you, we had her loose. Well, she was leaning like this the one time. I thought, how bad is this going to be if I lay this mud truck over? It's going to be awful. It's going to be I seen Fred. He was gripping up, like he was getting ready to embrace himself like that. But no. Thanks again, and ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on tonight, viewing us. Remember, go to YouTube, Elbows Up Dirt Productions. Everything we do sent over there, because 30 days it gets deleted on Facebook. That's right. And what I always tell them, Fred, whatever you do with big energy and elbows up. You all have a good night. Get out to your local racetracks. We love all of you. Take care.